I touch that's fine for you.
Good morning and happy Vlogtober day 12. We're still on this journey, y'all. We are still on this journey, but it is TED Talk Thursday. So let's talk, sis. Let's talk. First and foremost, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. I actually have an interview this morning at 10, so I'm excited about that. I'm so grateful that God is moving on my behalf, okay, sis? Because yeah, we finna do this. Yo, like, help me, Lord. Life, you know what? Life has been a lot better. We still working on progress, you know what I'm saying? Getting things together. But what I have started doing, and hopefully I can stick to this, I found a goal planner to help my productivity. So I said to myself I was going to start, sorry y'all, let me moisturize. I said to myself that I was going to start planning out my days and like setting out goals and task lists and all that good stuff. So it's very much pink, but yeah. So I've written one out for today, and I want to try to sit down every night and just plan out my day so that I make sure that I'm staying productive and getting things done, and that I'm not just procrastinating and laying around all day. Because, you know, that can quickly happen, especially when you're in a state of depression. And I'm not saying that I'm in a state of depression right now, not completely, but I know, like, not wanting to do anything, laying around just sleeping all day, or laying around and doing nothing can be a sign of depression. So we gonna get ourselves together and we're gonna start to plan our days. So like my days will consist of things like making sure I read my Bible, making sure I pray and talk to God, making sure that I'm filling out job applications, stuff like that, making sure that I spend some time with myself. You know, journaling and things like that. We're really trying to learn like self-love on this journey. That coffee is so good. Self-love, discipline, you know, stuff like that. So that is what our day is starting off with. We are going to make sure that we get everything done on this task list. Everything. Yeah. So that is what I'm excited about. I'm excited to see how the next couple of weeks go. Also, I will be headed to Houston in 2 weeks, so I am super excited for that. I'm going to see my best friend in Houston. Me and her met at my last job, right? Virtually. Like, the job was remote. We met because we started the job together, so we were in the same training class, and then the job flew us out to New York, and we got to meet each other for the first time in person. And we've been rocking ever since. And that was that 2 years ago? No, that was a year ago. That was a year ago. A little over a year ago. Because we met, like in person, we met in June of 2022. Yeah. So that was a little over a year ago. So I'm excited to see her and vlog it and us spend time and kick it. And then we're going to her birthday dinner. I'm excited for that. That is going to be a good time. That is going to be a good time. But yeah, I just rambled for like the first 6 minutes. The first 6 minutes. So I have been really like biblically doing my research, because I was listening to Know For Sure podcast, right? And they asked the question that I realized I never asked myself before. And I was like, huh. And that made me want to like dig deeper into gaining my own understanding. And the question was, how do you define God's grace? And I thought this was such a deep question that I never asked myself. Because like, how do you know the extent of the grace God gave to you if you don't know how to define God's grace, right? So I'm doing my research. I'm, reading the Bible. I'm looking up scriptures that contain God's grace. And then I even Googled it, like the definition or how you define God's grace, okay? And I found some pretty deep definitions. Let me find some pretty deep definitions. But what stood out to me the most is the Google definition of God's grace, which was defined as undeserved favor. God's grace cannot be earned, and grace is a part of God's character. That was deep to me. I had to highlight that because